Hello, Aries. Welcome to your reading. This is Dawn from Dawn Williams Tarot. This message is current energies through December the 9th. This message is for Sun, Moon, and Rising in Aries. So if you have those placements, this message may be for you. As always, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. As this is a general message, it might not resonate with all of you. And today I'm going to be pulling two oracle cards, then I'm going to do your reading, and at the end I'm going to pull messages from what's the name of this deck? The Archangel Power Tarot deck to finalize your reading. So I hope you will stay to the end, because I always feel like those messages is what ties up the reading, as well as gives you additional information that you should be aware of. So welcome to your reading, Aries. And if you're new to my channel, I would really love it if you would join our community as we are trying to grow. I do get spirit messages. I sat down prior to this reading and looked at the energies. And I have to be honest with you, like I was really struggling since the full moon. The full moon was on Monday. I am recording this on Thursday. I don't know why, but it really hit me hard. And I found myself slipping into lower energies. I found myself feeling a little bit depressed and feeling a little bit overwhelmed. I don't know if you guys felt that. Sometimes I feel those feelings of what's coming at us prior to the events, but I felt that as well, but then it's kind of like it just slammed me. So I pretty much slept all day yesterday, which was crazy because I'm not sick. There's nothing wrong with me. It's just, that's how the energies affected me, was just, okay, you're just down for the count. And the funny thing was, is I slept for most of the day. I went to bed my normal time. I slept all through the night, had no problem. So I guess it was just the way that my body was either accepting the energies or whatever. The other thing I wanted to bring up is I've read a couple of different things about there are sunspots and solar flares happening. And from what I heard, there is an X-class solar flare that's on its way. It might not hit until around the 1st of December, but that's just a couple of days away. So I don't know if you feel affected by those moon or those sun energies, but just be aware that they're on their way. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull your cards. And your first card says, my friendships support me, nourish me, and inspire me. This is a great card. That was some of the energies I was tapping into too. And then I'm going to pull an Archangel Oracle, gifts from God. Woo! This is beautiful, Aries. And it says, Archangel Sandalphon, we angels bring you gifts from your creator. Open your arms to receive. Beautiful message. Okay, so now I'm pulling your cards. I have shuffled these cards a bunch of times, but I'm just going to shuffle them a couple more times so you can tell that I'm actually shuffling them. Okay, so what do our Aries need to know in this current energy? What needs to be shown to them as to the direction they're going, what is for their best and their highest outcome? We call on our angels, we call on our spirit guides, we call on our ancestors, we call on our higher selves, we call on our guardian angels and the angels, archangels, and the God of our heart. Please help us with this reading to get clarity. clear direction as to a path forward. Okay, so now I'm splitting the deck. And I'm going to pull your cards. Okay, Aries. So at first glance, I see 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana cards. And then I'll explain to you what all of these columns mean here in just a second. Okay, so your first column has to do with the things that are in your immediate path. And the first card that comes up is the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is a card of being spoiled for choice. It's also a card about illusions. And it's really funny that this card came up because as I was shuffling and I was saying some of the energy that I had hit when I was kind of down and out, right? These past couple of days was this energy of illusion. Where in your life do you feel that there are illusions in your life? Like, where is it that you're not being completely open and completely honest with yourself? Is it in your current relationship? Are you in a position, or do you really love the person that you are with? Is it one of those things where you're just with them because is it truly from your heart, or is it because it's convenient, right? So Spirit was actually showing me a lot of those things even in my own life. And they had told me that this would be a topic that I'd probably be bringing up for you to look at for yourself. So one of the things that this does talk about is the Seven of Cups. Sevens are all about gaining or utilizing existing experience. It's also about gaining some type of confidence in an area of your life. Now, it could very well be because it's cups that it has to do with your emotions, but it doesn't necessarily have to be confined to your emotions. It could be in any area of your life. So this card right here is saying that you're going to have some choices that came up that you were needing to look at because this is in your immediate past. And then how were you going to deal with those emotions moving forward? And then the other thing about this card, again, is that card of illusion. Where is it in your life that you may not be being completely honest with yourself? Do you really hate your job? What are you going to do about it? Basically, it's kind of like Spirit has been showing me in these last couple of months that we don't have the luxury of putting things off anymore. We need to take action now. We need to do something about those things in our life that are keeping us out of balance, because we truly are moving forward on our spiritual path, and we are integrating that spiritual path in this life that we're living. So are we walking our talk? Is kind of what this card is talking about here. Two of the clarifying cards. So the first one is this Seven of Swords, and you may have been feeling as though you were having to defend yourself this last week for some reason. Things may have been coming up for you that you felt as though people were not completely understanding you. There may have been miscommunications, because that was a lot of the energy that we were working through too. So this right here is standing up for yourself. This is defending your position. It could be in any area. Mostly it has to, well, wands have to do with our creativity or passion, right? So if anybody was challenging you in an area, that's the energy that I feel that was, coming up as in your past position. And then the other thing is this Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords has to do with, now again, this is in your past. This Nine of Swords has to do with feeling as though your thoughts were running away with you, or that your thoughts, the things that you were thinking about, were balling you up. So it could very well be that, you got really heavy into, looking at some information that may have surfaced that you might not have known before. And all of a sudden now it's coming up for you to look at and to observe. As I was saying in my previous readings, this last round, when I did the December readings, one of the things I was talking about was where is it in your life, right? That those things that are coming up for you to look at, where is it that they're triggering? Why is it that they're being triggered? And then is it information that's coming in and shaking up your belief system? One of the things I am going to share, excuse me, is that we are going to have a Mercury retrograde in December. I think it's on the 12th or the 13th. Mercury retrograde is very similar to some of the energy that I felt in the Scorpio season for the month of November. And what that feels like is that there's a breakdown in communication of some kind, or you're communicating and you're thinking that the person is getting your what it is that you're trying to say, but somehow or another there's a misinterpretation and they're not quite getting it. So I feel like there was a little bit of that frustration of being able to communicate succinctly, but this is now in your past. So what is currently in your energies right now is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is a card of choices, or this is a card of choice, or maybe changing directions. Choices could have to do with something that's coming in that is either going to inspire you, has something to do with your passion. So it could be a new direction that you're going. Excuse me. A new direction that you're going either on your career path, could be a career path. And it could also be with travel, whether or not you go or whether or not you stay at home. The Two of Wands is also about ready. Are you ready now to start adventures? Because this card is also a card where a lot of times people have that option of going and trying new things. And sometimes they will talk themselves out of the adventure. So it feels as though you're going to have a choice as to whether or not you want to go on an adventure of some kind, or travel, because this does represent travel. And then the cards that are clarifying this row, so this is in your present, is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups, of course, is, by the way, this Two of Wands does represent your energy, Aries. This Knight of Cups, this is an individual who kind of wears their heart on their sleeve. The Knights in tarot represent taking action of some kind. So some of you may be getting into a new relationship, or maybe you've just met someone and you're just still kind of in that beginning stages. This is a person that really wears their heart on their sleeve. They're the type of an individual who likes the whole idea of sweeping you up off of your feet. It's kind of like that idyllic kind of relationship energy. Like women really like it when guys really, demonstrate their feelings. And this is what this card is about. So if it isn't a situation where you're getting into a new romance, it could very well be that maybe you're stepping into a new career opportunity that you're absolutely going to love. And this card is saying, regardless of what it is that this is talking about, it is telling you to take action. It is saying whatever direction that is going to bring you that place in your heart as to that connection, that heart connection, could be just friendships. It could be romance. It could be friendships, because remember, we got this friendship card. My friendships support me, nourish me, and inspire me. And I feel as though this energy is coming in and it's asking you to take some type of action. And what's really interesting is the very card next to this card is the Chariot card. So I feel like some stuff's going to come in pretty quickly here and things are going to be moving. But this card is a card of taking action, could very well be a new romance coming in for you. And then it's also clarified by the Hierophant. The Hierophant is an energy of of guidance, of inner wisdom, or looking for inner wisdom. But I feel as though you're going to be tapping into your own inner wisdom. I feel as though in the month of November, a lot of the signs have taken steps up in their spiritual practices. I feel as though you're going to be bringing in more of your own inner guidance, your own inner wisdom. And it's going to allow you to really tap into your true path, into the direction that you really want to move. This is also a card of blessing. So I feel as though, you know, if you decide, it could very well be that you decide that you are going to go travel. And while you're traveling, you meet this fantastic individual. And this is just saying, go with your gut, like go with the inner information that you have as to whether or not you want to move forward in that relationship. But the Hierophant can also represent partnerships as well. And that partnership energy, which could also represent this Two of Wands here, right? If you are getting into a new business, this is saying just go with your heart, go with what feels right for you. Because now we're really learning discernment. We're really learning how to go within and getting our answers from ourselves, right? And that's really healthy. That's the direction Spirit really wants us to move. So in your immediate future, we've got some fast moving energy in this as well. We start off with the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is basically stating that some of your karmic lessons are going to be completing. So some of the things that have been with you maybe for a long time in this lifetime, things that you've been working through, lessons that you've been working through, it's like you're finally getting the messages and you're finally working through those and having those aha moments. This is the karmic wheel. It's constantly moving. It never stops. It's constantly going around. And this card is not any different for you than it is for anyone else. But it could very well mean that you are completing some karmic lessons here, that you're completing some projects. And then the other thing it could be is that it could represent many other things in your life. It could represent that maybe you have walked away from a relationship and you are on your healing path, right, from that relationship. Or you're really recognizing and realizing the places in your life where you have allowed other people to disrupt your own sovereignty in some way, where you've given up your power. And I feel as though that this card is saying that you're taking your power back, you're getting back on this wheel, you're going to progress. It's all about evolution, progression. And as this is in your immediate energies, I feel as though you'll be working through this probably through the beginning of next year as well, because the major arcana cards is the major arcana. The major arcana cards usually take 6 months to a year to work through. And as this is in your future, in the next, week or two, you will be working through some of this energy. What is clarified in this column for this card is also the Chariot. Now, the Chariot is telling you that whatever is coming through is going to be moving through quickly. The Charioteer, which is this guy right here. Yeah, in this card, you can't really tell in this deck, but basically what he's doing is he's leaving everything he knows, his family, his home life, everything. He's leaving everything behind because he believes that his true path is moving forward, leaving behind the things that no longer serve him, and he is trusting that Spirit is going to take him where he needs to go. And if you look at this guy, he's got his crown on his head. So he's just trusting. He's trusting in Spirit, that Spirit's going to take him. This is fast moving energy. The other thing about the Chariot is it is about progression and advancement, but it's also about, making headway on your projects as well. Any projects that you may be working on. So let's say if it truly is a thing where you're contemplating moving or moving away from where you are, because this could represent a move card. Maybe you've decided that's the best thing for you to do. Whatever is going to come in, it's going to happen quickly. So just be ready for that fast moving energy to come up and kind of pick you up and move you to where you need to go. Another card that is activating this whole column is this Knight of Rods. Now, the Knight of Rods is definitely your energy, Aries. And this Knight, he's a fast-moving Knight. He's very passionate. He's very inspirational. And again, it's one of those energies that says, well, don't allow your mind, right? Because a lot of times we sabotage ourselves with our thoughts. Don't allow your mind to be the thing that trips you up, because you've got this Wheel of Fortune. Things are moving forward. Things are moving forward quickly, right? This is definitely in your path. And then this card right here is saying, stop thinking about what can go wrong and start believing and trusting the things that will go right. And this is basically saying, get out of your mind and trust, right? Move forward, take that progression, because it's going to work out really well for you. So this looks really good. And it could very well be that because we were looking at this relationship potential energy, it could very well be that you're going to be in a relationship with another fire sign, which would be your Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Then the cups are representative Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Okay. Now, your next column has to do with, this is in the good stuff, regardless of what it is, and it already looks good. It is, we start off with the Lovers. It's qualified by the King of Rods, which represents you, and the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so those are your colors here. And the Lovers has to do with a romance. Could be romance, could be love, that type of love. It could be two individuals who are bonding. Could be two people in a relationship that are committed to an outcome. So this could be romance, or it could be a relationship in terms of a partnership, like two people coming together to create a new business or a new job, or working along those lines, working on a project together where it's very collaborative, very good energy, very positive outcomes. This is also about setting clear and defined boundaries. And these are healthy boundaries, where you are setting those boundaries and saying, this is what I'm going to accept. And you can, acknowledge that, or you can walk away, one or the other, right? But this card is a card of love. And I really feel that it really ties in with that Knight of Cups. So it does feel as though there is love coming in this, oh, and it could very well be a gift from God, right? Gifts from God. Open your arms to receive. Lovers. Yeah, so it's any two energies that you're trying to blend together. It's it's coming together of energies, harmony. Is there anything else I need to know? No. Okay. So the lovers is clarified by the King of Rods, which represents Aries energy. This king is a very fiery energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be a masculine energy, although it does represent, well, it doesn't necessarily have to be a male, meaning that it could be either female or male, because we do have both energies within us, right? We both have masculine and feminine energies. But what this card represents, which is a beautiful card, it is gold here. This individual is a very entrepreneurial type of an individual. This person has a lot of wisdom and has a lot of personal strength, has a lot of go get 'em type of energy. This individual is a person that rarely sits down, is constantly on the go, is constantly working on something, very fiery, very passionate, very warm, very intuitive. So it could very well be that this king may be the person that you might get into this relationship with, or this could very well be your partner in terms of this business that you may be creating. But that's the energy that I pick up from this King of Rods, okay? Your final card is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a card of looking for stability and balance in your finances or in your career space. Could also represent your health, meaning that you're looking for some balance in your health. The thing about this four is that that's basically what it's really talking about. It's talking about physical security, your wealth, your health, and it looks as though you're going to really be contemplating your finances this Christmas season, as to what is comfortable for you to what is comfortable for you to be able to give and to receive this year. Okay, so now I'm going to, it looks really good. Like it looks like potential love is here. You've got some fast moving energy with that Chariot. You've definitely had choices with that Seven of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune's coming in. So you're completing some cycles and some endings with new beginnings. And as you can see, this is a very big fat deck. I have shuffled it a bunch of times. But I am going to pull cards. I'm going to pull 4 cards. And how I'm going to do it is I'm going to put all the deck together, split the deck, take the top and bottom card, and then do the same thing. So, okay, what does our Aries need to know? So here I am. We'll split the deck, take the top card, take the bottom card. So funny, that card comes up a lot. And then I'm going to do this again. Shuffle one more time. What do our Aries need to know from the archangels, please? As final messages, what do our Aries need to know for final messages? Okay, here we go. Split the deck. We'll take the top card and the bottom card. Wow, you got a lot of cards from Archangel Michael. Okay, so the first one is the Page of Michael. And he is talking about truth, perspective, analytical, and blunt. So, an exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Review contracts and documents very thoroughly. Absolutely. You don't want to get stuck in some kind of a contract that you can't get out of. And then we have the 7 of Ariel. You have invested wisely, have patience, and wait for the harvest. Review your progress and make plans for the next endeavor. That's a great card. 3 of Michael. Release the past. You will grow from this situation. Time heals all wounds. You even see him? Yeah. He's just kind of sitting on a rock. He's got somebody next to him that he's got his arm around. I don't know if you can see that or not. Comfort. As a reminder, like and subscribe, please. I would love to keep you as a part of my family. And then your final card is the Knight of Michael. Strong, committed, intelligent, diligent. Time to move quickly. Choose logic over emotions. Sudden changes. Now, that means that you have gotten 3 knights in your reading. And if you look, like he's like ready to go, right? Time to move quickly. Choose logic over emotion and sudden changes. Okay, Aries, that about wraps up this reading. It looks really good. It looks very positive. I didn't see anything that you really needed to worry about. So I hope this has been helpful to you. I hope you found something that resonated. And I hope that you will like and subscribe. And until next time, take very good care of you. Cheers.